Imagine a 12-year-old boy, alone in his tiny bedroom, coding a crude computer game. He sells it for $500 more than most kids make in a year. While other kids are riding bikes or dreaming about toys, he is dreaming about stars. Real stars. Not movies, not fantasies, but the endless universe above. In that small room, a boy wasn't just playing. He was planning to change the world. This boy was Elon Musk, born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. His father, Errol, was a brilliant engineer, but harsh and controlling, sometimes cruel. His mother, May, was a model and nutritionist, disciplined, tough, and independent. Life at home was complicated. Arguments were constant, tension thick in the air, expectations impossibly high. Elon often felt alone, and yet that solitude became the crucible for his mind. He spent hours reading, learning, imagining, building things that others considered impossible for a child. By the age of 9, he had read the entire encyclopedia. By 10, he had been brutally beaten by older boys, leaving him with broken ribs and bruises that lasted for weeks. Most children would have surrendered to fear or pain. Elon retreated into books, physics, mathematics, science fiction, and in these pages, he found power. Knowledge became his shield. Curiosity became his weapon. While other boys feared the world, he wanted to master it. By 12, Elon had already begun building crude rockets from fireworks and metal pipes. One day, an experiment went horribly wrong, and the rocket exploded in his garage, almost burning the house down. Most kids would have cried. Most would have quit. Not Elon. He analyzed the failure, redesigned, and tried again. By 13, he had taught himself programming and created his first video game, which he sold for $500. That moment wasn't just a success. It was the first sign of a mind unwilling to accept limits. A mind that would one day reshape industries and space itself. At 17, Elon left South Africa for Canada, escaping mandatory military service and seeking opportunity. He worked odd jobs in freezing winters, doing whatever it took to survive. Cleaning, fixing machines, delivering newspapers. Money was scarce, but his dreams were vast. He enrolled at Queen's University, then transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned degrees in physics and economics. Even as a young man, he envisioned technologies decades ahead of his time: electric cars, reusable rockets, Mars colonization, while others worried about getting a steady job or a paycheck. In 1995, he moved to Silicon Valley, launching his first company, Zip2, with his brother Kimball. Zip2 was a software directory for newspapers, something that seemed trivial at the time. But Elon poured every ounce of energy into it. He worked relentlessly, often sleeping in the office to save rent, pushing his employees to work days and nights without pause, calling clients at odd hours, coding while negotiating deals, solving problems personally. Investors laughed, competitors mocked, but he persisted. After years of relentless work, Zip2 sold for nearly $300 million. It was Elon's first taste of success, but it didn't slow him down. In his mind, it was just the beginning. Next came XCOM, an online bank. The company was fraught with conflicts. Executives argued, investors panicked, and Elon, at only 24 years old, was pushed out of the company he had founded. Most people would have quit. Most would have surrendered. But Elon didn't. Through a merger, X.com became PayPal, which was later sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon walked away with $118 million. But that was never the goal. The fire inside him was only growing. Failure didn't intimidate him. It fueled him. Every obstacle became an opportunity to prove the impossible was possible. Then, in 2002, he did something the world considered insane. He invested $100 million of his own fortune to start SpaceX, a private rocket company. Governments controlled space. NASA ruled the skies, and private companies were laughed at. Rockets were supposed to explode, fail, and bankrupt dreamers. Elon's first 3 launches failed spectacularly, publicly, drawing headlines mocking him. Investors screamed. Employees panicked. Many would have quit, but Elon doubled down. For him, failure was not defeat, it was feedback, a lesson to be studied and overcome. SpaceX continued to fail, and yet he persisted. Falcon 9's first 3 launches exploded, each failure more humiliating than the last, but each failure also brought him closer to success. Finally, Falcon Heavy launched, the most powerful rocket in the world. Millions watched live as engines roared and the ground shook. Inside the rocket, Elon placed a Tesla Roadster with a mannequin named Starman orbiting Earth. It was audacious. It was symbolic. It was a statement to the world. Audacity beats probability. While SpaceX challenged the skies, Tesla challenged the roads. Electric cars were mocked as impractical, slow, and expensive. Critics laughed. Early prototypes struggled. Model S production nearly bankrupted the company. Elon invested his last $30 million, putting everything on the line. Factories ran 100-hour weeks. Elon slept under desks. Hours of sleep were rare, yet Tesla survived. Model X, Model 3, and the global electric vehicle revolution followed. Critics were silenced, but Elon was already dreaming bigger: autonomous vehicles, solar roofs, global electric infrastructure. His obsession consumed him. Rockets, cars, satellites, factories, every aspect of the world demanded his focus. Marriages failed. Children grew up with a father who was always chasing the next impossible dream. Insomnia, breakdowns, stress, public scrutiny. These were constants in his life. Every personal cost fueled the ambition that pushed him beyond what anyone believed possible. He became a man of extremes, a mind unafraid to gamble with billions, to risk his health, his relationships, and his reputation to chase visions that seemed impossible. Some of the most shocking facts about Elon Musk are nearly unbelievable. He lived on office floors, showering once a week to save time. He once worked 120 hours in a single week during Model 3 production. He skipped meals for days. In college, he devoured books on physics, engineering, and rocketry, from encyclopedias to advanced textbooks most people couldn't even understand. Despite billions of dollars, he remained minimalist, spending money not on luxuries, but on projects: Tesla, SpaceX, and Starship prototypes. The scope of his ambitions is almost unimaginable. SpaceX rockets now land themselves. Tesla dominates the electric car market. Humans dream of colonizing Mars. Solar energy, tunnels, satellites. Elon has changed how humanity interacts with the planet and the universe. His philosophy is simple but radical. If something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are against you. His life is full of moments that most people would call impossible. Early in SpaceX, when engineers told him a launch could fail and destroy the company, he refused to accept impossible. He personally reviewed every piece of machinery, every fuel valve, every engine. He didn't just manage the company, he immersed himself in the details that others would have delegated. During the Model 3 crisis, he spent nights in the factory, walking the production lines, inspecting each car personally, sleeping in pods, eating minimally, and pushing his employees to their limits. Not out of cruelty, but out of obsession with results. Elon Musk didn't just invent products. He invented possibilities. He created futures. He transformed industries. Electric cars, reusable rockets, satellite networks, tunneling for urban transport, and even visions for life on Mars. He's a man who refuses the limits of conventional thinking. Every failure in his life has been monumental, public, humiliating, and often catastrophic. Yet, each failure has been a step forward. He doesn't see obstacles. He sees puzzles. He doesn't see risk. He sees opportunity where others see chance of ruin. He sees chance to redefine the world. Consider his approach to risk. When Tesla was near bankruptcy, he risked his entire personal fortune. When SpaceX rockets exploded repeatedly, he risked reputation, money, and credibility. And every time, he emerged stronger, having learned more, having pushed boundaries farther. Elon Musk's story is not just about money or fame. It's about vision, obsession, and relentless drive. He inspires because he dares to chase what seems impossible, to take enormous risks, and to focus on creating real, tangible change in the world. His legacy continues to unfold. SpaceX launches satellites that provide global internet. Starship prototypes test colonization potential for Mars. Tesla dominates and accelerates the world toward sustainable energy. And even the concept of a hyperloop challenges how we think about transportation. He is a man whose mind moves faster than most lives, whose attention to detail borders on obsession, and whose audacity redefines what humanity can accomplish. He does not wait for others to create the future, he invents it. He doesn't follow trends, he sets them. Elon Musk didn't just build companies. He didn't just invent products. He created the future. He turned failure into opportunity, chaos into creation, imagination into reality. He showed the world what it means to defy the impossible. Every idea, every risk, every sleepless night, every personal sacrifice all contribute to a legacy that is still unfolding, still audacious, and still unimaginable to most of us. From a bullied child reading encyclopedias in South Africa to a man reshaping the course of humanity, his story is a blueprint of obsession, resilience, creativity, and sheer audacity. It is a story that keeps growing, one rocket launch, one car, one innovation at a time. And the world is watching. Elon Musk is not just a man. He is a phenomenon. He is proof that obsession, relentless focus, and audacity can reshape reality. He is proof that one person's vision, no matter how impossible it seems, can change the world. And his story is far from over.